Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to the 5th Christmas update from GWV. So here we go again, time to bring you another instalment of the Christmas Countdown. We're up to update number 5 now. And I'll get on with the 5th Christmas update for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video today was our 6 AM upload. We've also released the EC 30-day forecast for UK and for Europe too. If that wasn't enough, we've released a 10 to 14 day with all of the red features. So please check out today's videos. Like, share, subscribe on vids. And we thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so much, Richard, for the 2 Christmas updates gifts that we've got this season. So this is the second Christmas update gift. Thank you so much, Richard, for the lovely gift. I love it. It's so seasonal and festive. Thank you so much, my friend. Both the gifts are absolutely fantastic, so thank you so much. Right, okay. Well, we're going to go to metrociela.fr now. Remember, just looking for trends within the model at the moment. It's too far away from Christmas to be able to get a definitive forecast, so we're just trying to pick up the trend from the CFS model. And we'll do that for you right now. The Christmas updates are going to start getting more regular now. So we've been doing relatively irregular since the start of November. We're going to start getting more regular as we begin to get ever closer to the time frame. Of course, 2 weeks out, we'll be able to actually start pinning down detail for this period, but got a long way to go before we get there. The storyline so far has generally been shaping up mild for Christmas with our updates. You know, so the last one was very mild, exception of our main drive. The ones before that were rather mild and stormier. We haven't had a cold Christmas yet from CFSB2. So anyway, let's go to Metro Ciela. And we'll have a look. This is the CFS 6Z run generated at 6 AM on the 14th of November. So beginning on the 1st of December, just so we look at the Christmas period, you know, starting early December, going through to early mid-January, and within that, of course, we've got the Christmas period nicely in the middle. Right, so this is how the CFS 6Z is looking for the 1st of December, with low pressure over top of the country, bringing wet and windy weather to begin December. High pressure is pulling out to our north and west. Could that introduce a colder snap for December? Let's see what happens. So that low pressure gets out of the way. High pressure builds up over Greenland, and winds turn into a much colder northerly or northeast wind here through the first week of December. So this brings a lot of cold air southwards. There will be snow showers coming southwards on those northerly winds as well. Quite an interesting start to this 5th Christmas update, with low pressure within the flow. It's unstable as well, so that is a bit of a snowmaker. There will be snow, you know, coming in with those northerly and northeasterly winds. Wow, what an interesting start to the 5th Christmas update. I don't think we've seen that so far on our Christmas updates. We're up to the 8th of December, and high pressure is still out to west. We're still putting in cold air from the north or northeast, but wind is threatening to go back more towards the west. So will this get milder as we move into the second week of December? Let's see what happens. So the high pressure just reaches in across the country. So that keeps the cold air going. The high pressure doesn't really allow milder air in, to be honest. It does perhaps for Scotland, but for England and Wales anyway, that would stay cold with further frost and fog. So quite cold first half to December actually here. We have that northerly in the first week, that brings the risk of snow. And then the second week is anticyclonic, which would bring overnight frost and fog. And certainly for the south, the milder air never really gets in. Right, moving up to the middle of December, another northerly shot here. So high pressure again pulling out to west. This is quite a cold first half to December, to say the least. So this northerly will bring a return of cold air, especially to the north and the east, with the risk of some snow showers. So first half of December is cold, and there is some snow, especially in that first week of the month. Now we're beyond mid-month and moving up towards Christmas. Low pressure trying to come in from off the Atlantic. That's struggling a little bit, so that probably brings a bit of a snow event there around the 17th, 18th of December. And we've got high pressure building over Scandinavia now. We're up to the 20th of December. Getting high pressure building over Scandinavia, trying to bring in a very cold easterly wind. Low pressure fighting it out with that. probably more snow. With that, this is really quite a wintry sort of first 20 days of December. I don't know what's going to happen with Christmas, but this is really quite a wintry first 20 days of December anyway. So low pressure is fighting out with that Scandinavian high, and there will be a risk of snow with that battle, I think. Let's get towards Christmas then, see what happens. So the low pressure is winning the battle here, although we have got quite a big high over Scandinavia at 1,040 millibars. So this is a real humdinger of a battle, actually, and I reckon there would be snow involved with that, as that high pressure is standing its ground, so looking really quite wintry around the 20th, 21st of December, but very gradually the low pressure is winning the battle. So we're getting to Christmas and we're turning milder here. It's 22nd of December, the low pressure has won the battle. Notice the heights are lowering over Scandinavia, the highs deflating, and milder air started coming from off the land. So I think this is going to go milder for Christmas, wetter and windier after a very cold, very cold December up to this point. So we're up to 23rd of December, even could see, and we're looking Atlantic driven now, a lot milder, wetter and windier with this area of low pressures will bring quite a lot of rain in for Christmas Eve, a deep low pressure to the west of Ireland. This will bring wet weather across the country with rain rather than snow. Let's get to Christmas Day. That's how Christmas Day looks. So low pressure centred over top of the country. That will bring showers or longer spells of rain, probably sort of average. So it will be excessively mild, actually. So probably about near normal temperatures with showers or longer spells of rain associated with that area of low pressure over top of the country. How frustrating. It's so cold through most of December on this CFS run, and then just like a couple of days before Christmas, wouldn't you know it turns milder. Never mind. Let's see what happens when we get towards the new year. So further low pressure comes in off the Atlantic Ocean between Christmas and New Year. Boxing Day, by the way, is rather showery, and probably a little bit drier and cooler with that very transient ridge. See if we can give you ice bars. That's a transient ridge ahead of the next low, and that next low comes in through 27th, 28th December. That brings more wet weather. Heading up towards New Year, more low pressure coming in off the Atlantic. So once the Atlantic breaks, a couple of days before Christmas, then we go into an extended period of low pressure domination. So that's bringing more wet and windy weather in from the Atlantic Ocean, and relatively mild conditions there New Year's Eve, New Year's Day with that area of low pressure. Let's just run further on through the first week of January, see what happens. So low pressure continues with high pressure building down towards Spain. So we turn quite a bit milder through the first week of January, actually. But then another little cold snap coming in there around the 9th of January. So we start to turn colder through the second week of January as low pressure begins to head south. We'll start pulling some much colder air from the north-northeast with these areas of low pressure. That will bring increased risk of snow, especially to the northern half of the country. However, there is no sort of northern blocking to support that, so it's only very temporary, and then we're back into those milder west-southwesterlies once again. We're into the middle part of January now, so there's not much point going any further. We're a long way beyond Christmas. Eventually we get to anticyclonic weather and possibly start threatening something colder from the northeast later on in the month. That's 25th January, and there's no point going any further because we're a month beyond Christmas. Right, well, this is quite an interesting update because it is a pretty cold December, actually, until like a couple of days before Christmas, and then the Atlantic steps on the gas, and like the final sort of 10 days of the month turns a lot milder. Not in 10 days, probably the final week of the month turns a lot milder, wetter and windier. But up to then, there's a lot of cold weather going on, and there is snow risk associated with that. So a wintry sort of run up to Christmas, even Christmas itself is relatively mild. And then after that, as we get beyond Christmas into New Year, then the Atlantic is ramping up and winds generally milder conditions with a few cold snaps coming and going. I think this is more encouraging, though, this update, for anybody who wants a more seasonable Christmas. We almost pulled one off. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But I will put this one down as a relatively unsettled and, relatively mild Christmas, even if a run up to Christmas is quite cold and wintry. Well, that's update number 5. We'll do update number 6 for you on Thursday. Now, as I say, the Christmas updates are going to start getting more frequent and more regular now. So, update number 6 coming up on Thursday. Make sure you check that one out. And if you enjoyed this Christmas update, then please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You will be able to see future weather content, including the remainder of the Christmas Countdown. And who wouldn't want to do that? Thank you so much, Richard, for our Christmas updates gift and for this 5th Christmas 2022 update. That's all for now. And thank you so much for watching. Jingle bells!